This is my new book project called Bookishness. Here's the argument. We no longer need books. Boo! Yes, I said it. We have other ways of accessing and archiving information, other ways of reading, writing, and communicating. But just because computers make it so we don't need books doesn't mean we don't want them. And indeed, as my research shows, we want them even more. For the past few years, this is my favorite. For the past few years, I've been tracing a cultural phenomenon that I call bookishness, wherein, in the moment of the book's supposed demise, and computer and digital technologies are supposedly killing it, we see the proliferation of creative acts that fetishize the book as artifact. This return to the book happens across countries, languages, genres, and media forms. It runs the spectrum from high art to absolute kitsch. Bookishness signals and expresses the medial shift from pages to screens, and it serves, I argue, to support, facilitate, and also offer a mode to critique this change. Bookishness makes us see books anew as new media, and I mean that in two ways. So first, these works make us see the book anew through a perspective gained by digitality. Bookishness supports new ways of seeing that older reading technology by putting on display the ideas and ideologies that we don't usually think about while reading. And second, bookishness makes the book new by actually incorporating digital practices into stories and forms. So together, these kinds of works show new ways to use, read, and understand that thing that we call book. I make this argument by examining a diverse, very diverse spectrum of objects from things like this, which I have, but I didn't bring because it's raining, from the genre of book art that Garrett Stewart calls bookwork. Bookwork, it's fantastic. To print fiction that turns its book format into its aesthetic and its formal point. To print novels that make books and our fetishization of them into the thematic focus and actually into the story. And into my own field of research, into digital literature that remediates books, papers, and printed forms onto the screen. And even stop animation videos that literally animate books and make us see them not just as tools or as media, but as actors. And finally, to my favorite, the kitsch objects, from wearables to, well, everything. These objects remind us that books were never just about text, and that reading is never just about content. Books are material objects that mean, they are symbols that serve cultural functions, and these functions, we can see by my examples, are changing. The medial shift from books to screens is more than a shift in reading platforms and in the capitalist institutions that support them. We are undergoing an epistemological shift as well. The ways we read, learn, and know are changing along with the ways in which we identify and express the value of knowledge and the value of literature. By turning our attention to the materiality of books, bookishness extols the kind of books that cannot be digitized. And in so doing, I argue, bookishness is actually very good for literature. This is an animation I made of a flip book, part of a novel by Stephen Hall, British author. Fantastic. Done. Bookishness shows books and literature to be alive and well in the digital age, allowing them to remain part of our lives, even if we are not reading them. Thanks.